Hi everyone. So I've had some issues with Facebook Live. So what I've decided to do is that I can't get it going for that one. So what I'll do is we'll have the live on Instagram only, and then I'll post it up if I can on Facebook. So hopefully if you are from Facebook and you wanted to watch it that way, then hopefully you'll still be seeing the live. Otherwise I might do a bit of a makeup live on Facebook, and we'll see if we can do that. So cool. Now, I haven't done a live on Instagram before, but I'm really sort of excited to be able to do it and hopefully keep going. So some people really like Instagram and not Facebook, and that's just the way it works. So I was hoping to do the Facebook, but right now, like I said, technical issues. That's okay. So today I'm really excited. Hello, Jess. I'm really excited that you are here and you're watching, whether it's live or later. My name is Christy with Christy Grey Scarlet Pen. So I'm a writer and I'm working on my first book. So I'm really excited to be doing that and to be able to share that journey with everybody, and which is really fun. So I ignore my dog in the background. She barks sometimes, and so I'm sure she'll be noisy in the background, but that's okay because that's life. And so I wanted to do these Facebook and Instagram lives because I wanted to just be a little bit more personal with you guys and connect in a different way, and be a bit more visual. So today I have decided that I will do a dramatic reading, for lack of a better phrase, of the Hannah Carmichael Chronicles, first installment. So it was the Hannah Carmichael is a spy that I've been writing for over a year and a half, and she has had adventures posted about every week for about a year and a half. So and then recently was released as an ebook, and I have some really exciting news at the end of the live to share with everybody who's here and who might be watching later. So I can't wait to share that with you. But while we are here, I have my coffee with me this time. Last time, I still have my CGSP mug, which is fun. Last time I came and I didn't have any coffee, so I was with hot chocolate, which is fine. It's still a hot drink, but I have actual coffee this time. So it's good. I hope that you guys have something to drink or to eat, or, you know, you could just be in your PJs. Doesn't really matter. Whatever you want to do. So cool. Right, I'm going to get into it then. So the first installment of the Hannah Carmichael Chronicles is called Cold Steel 1. So it's the first one that I did, and it was quite a long time ago. I looked over especially the early Hannah Carmichaels recently, and I updated them for the ebook. They were a little bit on the rough side, so a little bit better than they were when they were first released and published on my site, which is good. So I am going to be reading it from my other screen, and I hope that you guys enjoy this dramatic reading of Cold Steel. All right. Hannah Carmichael reached blindly into her bag, fumbling around until she felt cold steel. Sudden movement to her left triggered a heart flutter, and she pulled out her gun, aiming it in the direction of uncertainty. The small slivers of light from the edges of the locked door weren't enough to see what else was in the small room. Cautiously, she took a step closer to the door and held her breath as she listened. Muffled voices on the other side seemed to get louder, and she took another step closer. The sweat on her hands was loosening her grip on the gun, and she wiped her hands on her jeans. The next person to enter this room was going to get a bullet. Slowly, she reached into the bag again and felt around for her pocket knife. If she could just find it, maybe she'll be able to use it to pry open the door. As she wrapped her fingers around it, a smile crept onto her face, and she slung her small bag over her shoulder. Hannah lowered the gun to her side and moved towards the door, running her hands over the wooden arch to freedom for the doorknob. her brows raised when she failed to find it, and she slowly lowered herself down to the ground with a sigh. She moved her hand over the small crack of light, searching for the hinge. 1, 2, 3. 3 bolts rested on the door's bottom hinge. Footsteps and voices behind the door began to get louder, and Hannah raised herself up and lifted the gun. The sound of her pocket knife dropping onto the concrete seemed deafening as she stood, waiting. Hannah glanced in the direction of the clatter, but only the darkness greeted her. Deadbolts being released echo in the small room, and she counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She gripped the gun tighter and sucked in a quick breath. Hannah kept her gun steady and squinted as her eyes adjusted to the sudden burst of light behind the door. "Oh, please, put that away." The voice was cool and collected. Hannah moved backwards, blinking as she tried to see past a red blob now walking towards her. She cocked her gun and watched the blob pause, raising its hands in surrender. As her eyes adjusted fully, a smiling woman in a red dress came into focus. Hannah caught her breath. "Mother?" That was the first installment of the Hannah Carmichael Chronicles. Even reading that, I can hear changes that I want to make. I guess that's the drawbacks of being a writer, and you always are seeing things that you could fix and change, especially when it was something you've written quite a while ago and you've gotten better since then. So Hannah is it's a pretty exciting story, spies and conspiracies and some really cool things that happen. It's all really, I like to make fun, especially in Hannah. I like to make fun of all those cliches, spinning bookcases and spies in secret meeting places and things like that. And it was really fun to make fun of some of those really overused cliches. So I did that in quite a few of them. But this first one was fun. I started with a Furious Fiction, which is a monthly writing competition run by the Australian Writer Centre, and it started in that, and it just grew into something different. So today I'm doing a little bit of a shorter live. I've got some other things to do today, but that's fine. I have some really cool announcement to make. So I am able to do something really cool and really exciting. When I released Hannah as an ebook, I didn't do it so that people would buy it or read it. Well, read it, but it wasn't about numbers for me. It was just something that I'd been doing for a year and a half, and it was something that I could post and say, this is something that I created over the last year and a half, and I really fell in love with all of my characters and the storyline, and it was what sparked my passion again for writing, and after a 10-year break. And so it was something I wanted to release and not just have in weird obscure places in the blog and on my website, Christy Grace Scarlet Pen. But because I have released it, and because for me it wasn't about numbers and I just wanted people to read it, I have decided that today it will go live for free. So you'll be able to see it and download it from Amazon Kindle for free. And so you don't have to pay anything. It'll just be download and read it however you want forever, free. I might... that might be on a 90-day only. So, thanks, Jess. It might be a 90-day only free version, but that's fine. So the whole thing, you'll be able to just download it and rock and roll with it. So I want to share it with everyone. I don't think that it was only $2, I think, anyway, but I'm totally happy to give that away, and you guys can just read it and enjoy it and get lost in the spy conspiracy. So, like I did when I was writing it. But yeah, so really excited for Hannah to be coming out for free for at least for 90 days, hopefully maybe more. We'll just see how things go. And you'll be able to read that. And don't forget, you can be listening to my podcast. So CGSP First Book Journey. That one is taking you along the journey with me as I'm writing my first book. It's really fun. It's really exciting. You get to hear. So far we've been doing sort of more general, this is how I am as a writer. But coming up in the next month or few months, we'll be doing more specific to the actual book. So I'm going to be doing things like a character introduction. So you'll get to know who the characters are, sort of what the general plot is going to be, and all those really cool things. So I'm really excited for that to be coming out in the podcast, and I'll be able to put that everywhere. And I hope that you enjoy all of my social media. Don't forget, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of the places. And so yeah, so it's been really fun. I am going to sign off now, but hopefully whether you watched it live or you're watching it in playback, you enjoyed my Hannah dramatic reading. So it's pretty exciting, and if you want to check it out, you can. If you don't, no stress. Crime books and suspense is not for everybody, which is totally fine. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and I guess I'll see you in the adventures. Bye, guys.